Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with my number 4 pick of my top 5 favorite Wrestlemanias of all time. Now, if you didn't get able to see my number 5 pick, my top 5 favorite manias, my number 5 pick was Wrestlemania 23. Of course, that was in Detroit, Michigan at Ford Field, and I was at that one. I was at 2 WrestleManias, and that one was one of them. And the first WrestleMania I was at, and my number 4 pick, my favorite WrestleMania, is WrestleMania 18. Of course, that was March 17th, 2002, in Toronto's Skydome. Now, I was only, 13 at the time. And I've been to a lot of wrestling shows, and I've never been to WrestleMania. And this was number 4 on my list because it was the first Mania I ever went to. And it was a fun Mania, some decent matches. But the reason why I picked number 5, Mania 23, and number 18 for is not just because I went to both of them, but also they're low on my list because they only were built on the strength of maybe 1 or 2 matches. WrestleMania 23 was built on the strength of Batista and Taker, when Batista was really good then, and John Cena, speaking of guys who were decently good in that match against Shawn Michaels, because they had guys who made him look good. And the reason why 18's low on the list, not in the top 3 or anything, is because it was built on the strength of one match. There were some decent matches in Mania. Of course, you had the Triple H, Jericho main event. And in the Divas match that was decently good, of course, Lita, Trish, and Jazz. But of course, the match that made Mania 18, and I've been to a lot of events, and of all the wrestling events I've been to, my favorite all-time favorite wrestling moment, and the reason why Mania is on my list, this Mania is on my list, Hulk Hogan versus The Rock at WrestleMania 18. I've been to 2 WrestleManias, like I said. I've been to Royal Rumbles, been to 2 Walls, even a Monday Nitro and a Halloween Havoc, in a TNA house show and a pay-per-view. But of all the things, I've never felt so happy and blessed with being to a wrestling thing than being Hogan and Rock. Just the electricity in that building, and I was a Hogan fan. I've been a Hogan fan all my life, so I had to cheer on Hogan in his match against The Rock. So I bought a Hogan sign, and I did not think The Rock was getting heavily booed, and Rock got booed out the building that night. I've seen the match on film, and it does not show well on film. You cannot. It's one of those you had to be there moments. You had to have been there at the Skydome in Toronto that night to really feel the electricity in that building. And it was just a mind-blowing match. It was not the most technical match in the world. It was just entertaining to see these 2 big icons, Rock and Hogan in the ring. And to say that I was one of 68,000 people in that stadium that night to witness that match in person is a moment I would cherish for the rest of my life. Like I said, of all the wrestling things, that's my number 1 favorite wrestling moment that I've ever been blessed to have been a part of in person was Hulk Hogan and Rock. It's like the same thing when people say they've seen John Cena and Rock. Well, it's not as special because you gotta say if you went to the first match or the second match. Either went to WrestleMania 27 or WrestleMania 28's match. Or 28 or 29, So, there you go with that. But Hogan Rock, there was a rematch, but it wasn't as good. And you can't say there was 2 mania matches between these 2 guys. There was only 1 mania match. This was it. And I don't remember anything else from that. I was just so wrapped up in that match. I was so into it. I even shed a tear when Hogan lost. Seriously, I was a Hogan fan. But, hey, I love The Rock too, so it was hard to cheer on one guy. But I had to cheer on Hogan because I knew him the longest. I loved him the longest. I loved him when I was a kid. So, added, lifelong Hulkamania. Brother, love him or hate him. You gotta respect him. So, number 4, pick my top 5 favorite Manias. WrestleMania 18. There was some memorable things in there, but of course, it's built on the strength of that one great match, Rock and Hogan. And that is it for my number 4 pick for my top 5 favorite WrestleManias. Stay tuned for the Mall's pick. And with that in mind, You've been attacked by the continuing countdown from Zach. Thank you again for watching. Have a great day, everybody. See you later. Yeah.